Let's learn about Chuck Close. Chuck Close is an American artist born in 1940, 80 years ago. Just like his name, he is known for painting portraits of people up close. A portrait is a painting, drawing, sculpture, or photograph of a person. A self-portrait means a painting, drawing, sculpture, or photograph of yourself. Here is a self-portrait of artist Chuck Close. He does not just paint up close faces. He comes up with new, inventive ways to paint them too, including using dots of color or ink to make an image which looks like a photograph. The idea of using dots to create an image is not new. In fact, humans have been doing this for centuries. Creating an image out of little dots is known as stippling. Entire series of art have been made using dots of color to create an image, including a style called pointillism. This is an example of pointillism in a painting by artist Georges Seurat, which was made in 1886 and is called Sunday Afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte. It hangs in the Museum of Art in Chicago. The entire huge painting is made of little dots of paint. Even comic book printing was made of dots of colored ink, commonly referred to as Ben-Day dots. Today, we see all little dots of color that create images daily. Those dots of color can be seen on computer screens, TVs, and phones. They're referred to as pixels. One pixel alone doesn't make an image, but hundreds or thousands of pixels together does make an image. So while artist Chuck Close did not invent the concept of using dots or squares to make an image, he certainly has perfected it. When you see his paintings up close, they look abstract. Abstract means that it is without a form. In other words, you can't really tell what it is. But when you back away, the picture comes into focus. Chuck Close had a lot of trouble in school and couldn't play sports, but loved painting. He grew up around some of the great abstract painters of the 1950s and 60s, like Jackson Pollock and Willem de Kooning. But he had trouble remembering people's faces. So he invented a technique that blended his love for abstract and his need to remember faces. He called it knitting. Chuck Close would take a picture of someone's face, a grandma, a friend, or a person he met on the street, or even himself. He would blow up the photo really, really big, and then paint it on a canvas until little bits of paint applied in different ways. It took him a long time to paint, but the effect was amazing. Sometimes he would just dip his finger in ink, squish it on the canvas thousands of times in just the right spots, and a face would emerge. He was a famous finger painter. People in museums loved his paintings and started to have major exhibitions of his work. As he got older and unable to move because of illness, he continued to come up with ways to paint from his wheelchair. "Art saved my life," he said.
Comic kids